Okay, Kelsey, the topic at hand is Queen era and rubber meets the road.
This is a hot one for the earth plane right now.
This is hot. The other day, Kelsey and I were talking about times in our lives as young women and continuing to live like in a princess mindset. A princess is like the learning part of growing into a woman and into a queen. And the queen era might sound cringe, but it's actually a really good, like, I love the metaphor that you...
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset and it's a metaphor. Don't take it literally, because if you take it literally, like, the whole royalty thing is just like, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah. This isn't about like owning people or land or like a castle, right? But the analogy is that you're the queen and your life is your kingdom. And the people in your life are the people that you're treating, right? So the princess, like you said, is just like in a very exploratory phase. She's not necessarily having to be super accountable. She has someone around, like you said, that if there is a mess made, she has people to lean on to help her clean them up, help get things done. She's basically kind of got like training wheels on.
And not to say that, like, in your queen era, you won't have people to support you and, like, help you out. But it's more, like, taking responsibility and, like, knowing when to own it. Also, when to delegate.
When to rest. Yeah.
Because we ain't princesses anymore. Like, we're getting older.
Yeah, for sure. I'm feeling it, baby. Ooh, 36.
36! Which I can't believe. I'm like, damn, if everyone looked this good at 36, dude, like, could you imagine? The world might be a better place.
It's just taking care of yourself, and the princess is sometimes running at a deficit but doesn't know. There's like a lack of awareness, I think.
What do you mean deficit?
Like she's maybe putting her energy in a lot of places and actually is feeling stressed she doesn't realize, isn't getting the rest she needs, doesn't realize it, hanging out with people that are taking from her more than giving to her, doesn't realize it. So there's a bit of like a deficit there that she's not even aware of. The queen is all of a sudden aware. She's aware of where she's losing energy. She's aware of these people or jobs or situations that are taking from her. They're taking her energy, time, attention, which is basically our most valuable things we have on earth, right? Our attention and our time.
When I've started to focus on my own life, the awareness has propelled me into a different version of myself. And so I guess like the whole point of this conversation of the queen era is making that transition, that conscious transition from being kind of like, oh, it doesn't matter, and turning it into like, oh, I just was in this situation that doesn't feel good for me. Like, how do I like live with it now? And how do I like now, if I ever am in this situation again, act and behave in a way that feels good for me? Is there anything else you want to add to that?
Dude, this one's deep for me right now. I think also the transition from being more in a princess mindset into like a queen mindset is like this process that takes time, right? Takes years, takes seasons, takes learning the hard way, really.
Practice.
A lot of learning the hard way. And it's like how I see it kind of as in my own experience is when I was resonating a lot more with the princess is I'm looking around wondering where to go and who to be with and who I am, and almost looking for a kingdom. And the queen is like the inverted version of that like I am the kingdom. I'm looking to no one. And all I need to focus on is how to fuel and properly run this kingdom that I am. Because I know that I am the cause and the effect of all the situations that are happening in my life. Even though someone brings their trash to your door, perhaps a princess would play in it, get into it, want to be involved, whereas a queen is like, that's your trash. Can you please remove it? I don't have time or space or energy because I had a full day planned, bitch. And so it's really subtle tweaks.
Like the boundaries and like setting the boundaries and being okay with it. And like, yeah, the other day you were like, sometimes being in your queen era is being perceived as a bitch. Mm-hmm. And like not letting that connotation from somebody else's perspective change the way you feel about yourself. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, whoa, again, you're a peasant at my door calling me a fucking bitch, telling me I'm cringe, and it's like, bitch, I'm a fucking queen. Yeah, maybe I am a little fucking cringe because this position to like be full with myself is a little uncomfortable at first.
Yeah, like, and taking full responsibility and accountability that everything is happening in your fucking kingdom is not easy work. There's a lot of sitting with yourself and actually thinking before you act when you're in a queen. You're seeking counsel, right? First of all, with yourself and understanding how you feel, and then having hopefully people in your fucking corner that actually care about your livelihood, like every aspect of it, which includes like stress and mental health. You know what I mean? I think that in your princess era isn't really as at the forefront, right? Because you are kind of giving out a lot of energy, and it's like again, like you were saying, it's not to like discredit princess era, because princess era is like a lot of fun and a necessary step to get there. You have to go out and get dirty. You have to kind of just throw everything everywhere and see what lands. But then if you don't ever mentally get out of that era, then you could really be how I see it is wasting a lot of energy in places, spaces, and people that aren't in alignment. And so you just don't feel like fully like at rest with yourself when you're alone, because you just kind of like are doing things that you don't even know if you want to do. I think contemplation and reflection is a huge aspect of the queen era for me that's made a massive difference. If we aren't contemplating and really asking ourselves and taking accountability in that contemplation, then we're kind of just always trying to give the responsibility to someone else. Like, oh, well, it's their fault. Oh, they did this. Well, they suck. Well, yeah, that could be true. But like, you're still hanging around. You're still thinking about it. Like, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to use your voice? And ultimately, the queen is perceived as a bitch because she's using her throat chakra. She's actually letting people know, versus kind of like doing the avoidant dance where you just kind of like exit, like that Homer Simpson meme where you just go into the bush. Like, that's not actually doing anything for you. You think it is because maybe you got out of that one situation, but lo and behold, another situation with that same frequency comes along, and you haven't told the universe that you don't fucking like it and that it's not in alignment. Because you have to say that to someone. You have to say things to these characters that the universe is giving you and asking, who do you want to be next? Do you want to keep doing the same thing? Because like, we'll totally keep giving you the same shit if that's what you're into.
Okay, wait. What do you think about then, like, because sometimes I feel like saying nothing is better than saying something.
Yeah. You'll know when silence is the move, though. You'll know.
I've seen you speak up so many times where I'm just like, damn, that's so cool to watch. Like, it's so, because it's just like, yeah, there's like this unapologeticness of it, where that one time someone came in to float. If you haven't watched the last podcast that we've done, we went into her whole history of her life. Kelsey owns a float center. I'm employed by her. I'm her employee. But now we're co-hosts, okay? So it's like even field, but like in a different world, she is my boss. And someone came into float, and it was kind of a bit of a different situation. Someone with a disability and someone who was the caretaker of the person with the disability. And the caretaker kind of like was like a little hands off.
Very hands off. And Kelsey asked, like, because it was the person's first time floating, Kelsey was just like, so what's the sitch? Are they good? Like, are they going to be able to get out? Do they know what to do in case of like something happening? And the caretaker was kind of hands off. And you literally just like straightened up and were like, well, your lack of
understanding and knowing what's happening is making us uncomfortable because like
Yeah.
that's not for us to handle. Like we can't handle that.
Yeah.
We are not EMT, we're not medical professionals. We cannot go in there and help this person. They're going to be naked. Like it's a sensitive place. And I think you're just really good at one, saying something and speaking up, but also like giving the backup and evidence. And I think that's like the second parter of being in the queen era is like being able to back it up with evidence, but also not over explaining yourself.
Dude, not over explaining is huge for the queen. Oh my God. I think we can all resonate with the aspect of needing everyone to know exactly why you're doing this thing because we don't want to be misperceived. We don't want to be judged. And the queen is just not concerned because she's just been judged so many times for doing it the way she thought was right and then also doing it the way that wasn't great in either way. Here she is. So it's like, here's the truth. In this situation, this nuanced situation at the float center, this caretaker, the way I approached it was like, this is your responsibility, not ours. And that's it. And giving that energy is like, she responded really well. She's like, okay, yeah, I need to be here for the in and out and all the things that we needed her to show up for, because those were spaces that we didn't want to. We honestly could have too. We could have been more like, okay, well, if they need help, I guess no. Holy shit, that would have been such a nightmare. And then you can see the cause and effect, and you can see like how by saying nothing, you just put yourself in a situation that could have gotten dramatically worse. Like, yeah. And by that second, like in an hour, we could have had a situation on our hands that was super uncomfortable. And I'm the owner and I'm still not getting paid enough for that shit. Let me just tell you what, like, no, not gonna do that. So the queen is just like gonna be direct. She's gonna use not as many words. She's gonna conserve her energy. And also she's gonna do it with kindness. Like all of this, the umbrella of over all of it is like integrity, and involved with integrity for me is just being like very kind. You know, and people respond to the energy of kindness even when the words are maybe a little bit direct.
It is the energy behind it.
Yeah, it's saying like kind and compassionately, but like this is the way it's gonna go down for me.
Yeah,
and then other people get to make their choices.
Okay, let's get juicy here. When was the last time you noticed you were in princess mindset? We'll start with that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's still there, right? And like, I love bringing out, like, the princess is like, dude, she's having a hella good ass time. All right. She's looking for opportunities to always have a good time. And that's just like never going to go away. The princess kind of reminds me of the child, like the eternal child. You're tapping back into that, right? But the princess in a disempowered kind of position, or a place of hesitation, or a place of really feeling very unsure.
Unsure, or like faulty, wishy-washy, kind of like letting someone else dictate the energy.
Yeah, dude, I feel like that's probably happened like recently, kind of like I feel like it happens sometimes, but it's in really minuscule small ways, whereas before it felt like weight. It felt like it would ruin my whole day. I'm thinking and mulling over this thing that I did that I didn't want to do, or I said yes to that I didn't want to say yes to, or it has a people-pleasing energy too, the princess does, because she wants to be liked. And she does like have just like the best intentions, and she's so sweet, but she's just like saying things she doesn't mean, doing things she doesn't want to do.
Laughing because it's like, because it's awkward.
Yeah, I think sometimes situations with just men in the community walking around and getting compliments and kind of entertaining so that they don't feel bad.
Dude, this is such a good fucking topic.
Yeah,
Let's
so
dive in.
That will ignite my princess, because the princess doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah.
And the queen is just doesn't have concern, because again, she's coming from a place of kindness and boundaries.
Yeah.
Kindness to herself first is what boundaries are. Literally. It's saying this is crossing a threshold for me, and if I cross this threshold, I'm doing everything for you. And then my self-kindness, my self-worth is just like, what? On the back burner? Like, that just can't be if you want to run your kingdom from a place of like total alignment with what you want out of life. So I would say like a situation the other day was like, I was like in a super cute outfit, hella feeling myself. And yeah, older guy came up and was like, hey, can I tell you something? I'm like, sure. And he was like, you are just so beautiful. Yeah, I could already feel it. He's like, you are so beautiful, like, da 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 da. And he was like a much older gentleman. Like, he was an elder for sure. And I was flattered, first of all. I do know that one day maybe those comments aren't going to come as much as they are now. So entertaining them, there's a part of me that's just very there for it. Like, this is what the universe is presenting. But there was another aspect of me that like wanted to walk away, and I kind of stay and lingered and kind of like, you know, and that was me.
So he said, you're beautiful.
Yeah. He was like, he was just throwing a lot of like, compliments. And, yeah, I always say in those cases, like, I'm flattered because I am. And that's the truth. But then like, I think I stuck around longer than I wanted to, and I could feel that. You know, you get this like burning sensation where you're like, I don't want to be here anymore. Even though you're like giving me compliments, it just doesn't hit right.
Like, you just need to give me one, man, and then just let me leave. Or it's like, don't put it on me to leave, you know? Yeah. But also like, that's so funny because don't make it my responsibility to leave, but in a way it is your responsibility to leave.
And the queen is super down for responsibility. Yeah. She's like welcoming responsibility, whereas the princess is kind of a little avoiding it. Yeah. I don't want to have to say anything. I don't want to do this. Yeah. Like that, I don't want to go to school. And like, bro, I didn't always want to go to school. Like, I still want to go back to school now, bitch. But the queen is like, oh, I'll handle it. And then she just goes and executes it. There's no hesitation, right? So it's like very subtle, takes time to build those queen muscles up, but like it's really essential. It's an essential thing, I think, for women to cross that threshold because we deserve to feel fully in our power. Period. And there's a comfortability that comes with that. There's a regulation in your nervous system that comes with that.
That's where I think the transition from princess to queen is, which I feel like I've been dabbling in that and like having my moments of feeling like a queen and having my moments of feeling like a princess, and then that like middle ground where it's like I'm practicing, I'm in moments where I wish I would have said something more, and it is uncomfortable, and like there are times where I say something and it's like, damn, like I feel uncomfortable with having to say that. Yeah. The other day I was on a walk with Boobop, who's my dog, and there's this man, this older man, every time I fucking walk past his house, not every time, but like twice now. And whenever I go on my walks, like no one fucking bothers me besides this man. I'm walking Boobop one time. This man's chasing after me like, hey! And just runs up to me. He's like, hey, I just did something to the grass. Like, don't touch the grass. I don't want anything happening to your dog. Just like, whatever he was fucking putting on his lawn. It doesn't matter. And I was just frazzled by that. Like an old man chasing me, an old man chasing anyone, like not ideal. And I just didn't say anything. And I was just like, okay, and continued on my walk, kind of like peeved and a little bothered. And then another time, like just the other day, I was taking Boobop on a walk, and like in my head I was like, damn, like I kind of don't want to walk by this man's house. Like I kind of just have this feeling, like this pit in my stomach. But I was having a good ass day. I had like my little headphones, I was listening to music, the sun was shining, I was in a tank top, and this man peeks over his gate, and he's like, having a good day? And I'm like, yeah, just enjoying the sun. And he's like, did you see my sign? And I'm like looking around, and I'm just like, there's a sign on the bottom of this tree that says like, don't pee on this tree. Like, don't let your dog pee on this tree, something. Like, it's trying to grow. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah. He's like, I've spent so much on this tree. And
Fascinating.
I tried to get the HOA to pay for it and reimburse me. And it's just like, I was just standing there and kind of like letting him talk. But I walked away, staying silent. He like said, have a nice day. And I just walked away, like didn't say anything. But then I turned the corner. I'm like, fuck you. I fucking hate you. And I hope you have the worst fucking day of your life. God damn it. Like, I wish I had said something along the lines of like, what's your name? And he, whatever, John, like, you really care about this tree, don't you? Like, you know, and then I wish I would have just said something along the lines of like, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. You have come to me multiple times, like, about your lawn, and it really makes me uncomfortable the way you, like, talk to me. And just leave it at that. Like, I wish I just would have said something like that. And now I just avoid walking past his house. So it's like this moment of like,
it's crazy how there's like big moments and then there's millions of micro moments in throughout the day, but just having the reflection and awareness that you're having and looking back and like, how would I actually want to interact? Because it just builds muscles when you finally do. Maybe it's not him but someone else. You're like, this is my chance. Like, the word is uncomfortable. Right? Like, we're situations like that where someone's coming into your field, inserting their opinion or what they need from you in your day, and you literally kind of just were minding your own business with no talking to anyone. Like, you're literally taking your dog for a walk with headphones on. How much more obvious can it be that I'm in my own field right now, right? And then someone can just, boom, there they are. And the queen also is really curious. Like what you said about how you wish you would act, that's something that I've been really just in, is like, she's coming from a place of wanting to know and gathering information versus making assumptions and then deciding, you know, who this person is or what's happening. So the queen, like, when you have that energy, it's very diffusing. Dealing with someone who's curious versus someone who's deciding who the fuck you are before you even open your mouth. And telling you that, have you checked out the lawn? It's like, bro, I wasn't even thinking about your lawn, dog. Like, straight up.
I see the alternate, like, in my mind, here's the princess moment where in my mind, I'm fighting with him, right? I go, you're making me uncomfortable. You're invading my fucking personal space. I'm just on a walk. He's thinking, well, you're fucking invading my personal space. This is my sidewalk. This is my tree. This is my lawn. And then it's like, yeah, it kind of is. That's a fair point, you know? So then what happens in that situation?
Just, I think for you, I mean, dude, there's a million ways to handle any situation. But I guess like having all this information obviously makes it like easier. But like, I liked what you said, like, you're really concerned about this tree and this lawn. I can just tell you just are going out of your way to like let me know about it. And I just want to let you know that I am listening and I hear you. And the next time you see me around here, you can rest assured one thing with me, sir. You do not have to tell me any of this information again. I'm going to remember it. And like, be serious. Like, lock motherfucking eyes. And then it's like, oh, okay. Like, what do you know? And then if he keeps, then you're just like, hey, man, I keep walking by and I just want to let you know that, like, I'm just trying to be in my own space. You know? It's like the acknowledgement of what the other person wants is like a huge, another diffuser. Like, you're basically just telling them what they told you back to them. Like, what, you know? It's like when someone does that, it's like, oh, yeah. And then it's just like, all right.
I do feel like something, like when you were saying, look him in the eyes, lock eyes. I think a princess is a little afraid to like look into somebody's eyes and like, you know, really see them.
Yeah.
Maybe because like as a princess, you don't really see yourself in your own power. And that's what like the queen does. The queen isn't fucking afraid. The queen's not backing down, right?
No, she's got things to do and people are relying on her. So she doesn't have someone else who's going to bail her out.
So then like, yeah, what practical tips that do you have for somebody to, I mean, for me to kind of even look somebody in the eyes, a stranger in the eyes, to be like, rest assured, John, I'm not going to be doing nothing to your fucking lawn. Even though I'm like, shit, every time Boobop's slow, okay? Like, what am I supposed to do? Pick him up by your house? Now I gotta follow your fucking rules? This is a goddamn sidewalk! This is public grounds!
I think that, like, for me, this is just me. It's a great question because an eye contact thing is a thing for women in general, especially in this dynamic of, like, a man and a woman, you know, especially an older man telling a younger woman what to do, basically. It's like kind of the hardest thing to do, but it's like the easiest way to like handle people is just like looking at him with a lot of compassion. Cause I mean, he's literally going out of his way to tell strangers about what's going on with his lawn, bro. Like he doesn't have a lot of people to talk to. Like something's going on with that. That seems off. And then like really, really, really like looking at these people more from like you're just a child. It's like kind of some Christ consciousness shit. Like, forgive them, Father, for they do not know.
Bitch, he has a goddamn sign posted that says, Jesus, Prince of Peace. I wanted to be like, oh, so you're really into Jesus too, bitch.
Jesus would be like, come onto my lawn.
Jesus would be like, urinate on this fucking tree. The nutrients from your dog's piss are going to fertilize this.
Come onto my lawn. Feel this lawn. Also, Jesus probably wouldn't be using like pesticides on the lawn. You know what I'm saying? Like he's on the green thumb. Jesus would be really into preserving nature.
Also, the symbolism of like dogs just pissing on his property.
Yeah, and also how he's probably attracting that.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
and then you live on a street like where you live right now. I'm looking, it's a great like suburb walk street. People are walking their animals. Also, you live right next to an apartment complex. So there's way more people here, right? It's just like the nuance of like those little things are constantly happening to us. Mm-hmm. And we get to an opportunity to like flex this muscle of the queen and get it bigger and bigger. Or we can stay in princess and be agitated and be disrupted and be dysregulated and then do the avoidant thing where we don't go by his house anymore, right? That could be an empowering choice if that's what you want. You don't even want to deal with it. You don't want it in your field. Totally could be the call. And if you also want to be able to do it in a way that like honors your boundaries and what you have space for. And when someone gets in your field, they can't be too pissed about what you say back. And if they do, then it's like I just point blank say like, you started this conversation. Not me. I was kind of doing my own thing. But I've gotten really comfortable being really direct and stuff because of the float center. The float center has maybe given me more muscle in this than maybe the average person because I have to diffuse any customer situation. I have to kick people out. I have to deal with customer or like situations with staff too, where it's like, you know, upholding standards. So in the beginning, that was hard for me and made me really anxious. And now after 7 years, I feel like I've learned so much about how much communication and being honest does. It does nothing but help, and the uncomfortability is fucking worth it. It's fucking worth it because otherwise it haunts you. It's like, oh, you didn't resolve the situation. You know?
Yes.
Because it's going to come back. Like, it just always do. We get kind of new opportunities with kind of the same flavor of a situation over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Until we choose a different outcome.
Crazy. It's so true. 22 seconds. Shit.
We just went on Queen on. Dude,
okay.
And that one's juicy.
That's juicy. So, any final thoughts on Queen era? Anything that we didn't touch on? I do feel like we talked about like where Queen era comes from. It's this desire to move out of this princess era and become aware in order to fully embrace and embody like your best life, like the life that feels grand, large, and in your dreams and in your vision, which kind of sounds a little cheesy, but like
that's what everyone's after. Everyone's out home trying to make a fucking vision board.
And there's nothing wrong with that too. I think I like want to emphasize that. Yeah. Like that's actually awesome. It's like it is your inner child and it is connecting with the princess, being like, what do I dream about? And then it's like Queen era fucking comes in and it's like, all right, princess dreamt, Queen's gonna fucking get it.
Mm-hmm. In like both, it's like Queen is just like this added level of like awareness and power. And the queen archetype is just really fun to play with as a woman because, like, ooh, queen. Like, that big Q. It's, like, so fucking hot, you know? And, like, the princess is really fun, too. But the princess is a little more stressed out, if I'm keeping it lit. She's a little more stressed, right? I felt way more stressed in my 20s than I do in my 30s. Way more. It's just a process of maturation. It's a process of getting to the next step of regulation is what we're learning about, also me and you in this float space. Like, how does it feel on a regulated day versus how does it feel on a stress day? Which one are you gonna pick? You want to be regulated, dude. You just do. You know, like stress is like stress, intentional stress, working out, going to a festival, staying up late with a friend because you're having the best conversation in your life and you got a little less sleep. Those are stresses that like we're down for. We don't want to be like stressed the fuck out because we're in another weird situation or accepted another weird job that we don't really like or showed up to this weird fucking party, you know, because we like wanted new friends. Like, the queen is just an aware, empowered consciousness who's slowing down everything. She still wants to hang out with princesses. She still herself is a princess in a way. And so she can tap into the princess when she wants that energy, but she doesn't have to deal with her stress. It's just taking a moment. Queen's on the throne, bro. She's not necessarily giving everyone out the advice. She might say, in this situation, I'll get back to you. I need to think about this one, you know?
I don't have an answer for you right
now. But I know that you need one, and I'm not going to avoid giving one to you. Boom. So she's just taking
That's another good... John, I don't have an answer for you right now.
I'm going to think on this.
But I'll get back to you. Next time you chase me down, I'll get back to you.
I'm going to think about your lawn a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to think about
and how I
want to
take a shit on it.
I'm going to think about your tree. I'm going to think about your lawn, and I'll get back to you next month. That's the next time you'll see me because I'm avoiding your house for a while because I'm just trying to kick it. What the fuck?
The fuck. All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
That was great. I'm into that.
Bro, I love that.
Excited to read